Warning. If you read the Maximum Ride series and actually enjoyed the series, don't watch this. Because, wow. Anyway, Chapter 2 of Maximum Rides by SexyToTheMaximum. Chapter 2, Angel and Dylan. Dylan, ... and Angel, ... Angel. I was in my bedroom playing with my stuffed animals and My Little Pony. Suddenly, I realized how bored I was. Something was missing, and I needed to talk with someone. Certainly not Max or Fang. Their thoughts just creep me out. Seriously, 6-year-old mind reader nearby. Though, it did give me an idea. I walked out of my bedroom and went into the living room to see who wasn't busy. Iggy was cooking, Nudge was curling her hair. On her head, sheesh. Gazzy was running around the house naked, and Max and Fang, well, you know, were connecting. Honestly, I don't get why Fang even likes Max. A, she has a guy's name. B, she's stupid. C, she's ugly. And D, she doesn't even have boobs in my opinion. Heck, I have a large rack than her. Whatever that means. I just heard Iggy talking about it once. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. This person obviously didn't read the books, or when they didn't read it thoroughly, because Max and Angel are actually very close. Very close. Angel respects her. So, alright. Whatever. Anyway. So, who does that leave after you eliminated all those people? No, not Total. He's off taking a dump or eating his own poop. That left Dylan, Mr. Ken Doll himself. Personally, I think Dylan is, well, kind of awkward looking. His hair is a pretty color, but he puts 2TO much gel in it because if he doesn't, it sticks up like he's been electrocuted. Of course, he's kind of busy too. Dylan's main flaw is that he stalks Max. All the time. Like right now. When he was sitting outside of Max's bedroom, where all sorts of awkward sounds were coming from. Dylan had his ear to the door, not realizing how stupid he looked. Hey, Dill Pickle, what you thinking? Never mind, I forgot. I could just read your mind, I said nonchalantly, placing a hand on Dylan's broad shoulders. Do you think they let me come in? Dylan asked in thought wistfully. Wow, is he desperate or what? You're willing to sleep with Max just so you can do it with Fang? I asked, looking at Dylan strangely. He jumped away from the door, looking at me like I was crazy. No, he thought. I want mess, you stupid effing child. The way he was talking to me made me tingly all over, and I don't know what came over me, but I said sweetly to him, you know, you don't have to settle for Max. Huh? Dylan said aloud, making everyone look at him. What? Anyway. He flushed red and thought, what do you mean, Angel? Smiling, I whispered in his ear, we could go to your bedroom. I trailed off and let him figure out the rest. His jaw hit the floor, and he whispered back, am I really that desperate? I nodded, smirking. Okay, he said, standing up and pulling me back to his room, which he shared with Fang. I'm gonna ask him if we can do it on Fang's bed. Are you sure about this, Angel? Dylan asked, putting his large hands on my waist. Nodding, I took his hands and placed them on my chest, right on the area where my boobs will eventually grow. I thought you had big boobs. His hands searched for something to squeeze, and he found the tiniest bit. Even though my clothes were still on, I felt my panties go wet. What did this mean? I tried to think back on to Max's thoughts. Oh yeah, it means Dylan is actually turning me on. Let's do this, I said, pushing the rather heavy blonde boy onto the darker of the two beds, which I was hoping was Fang. When Dylan landed on the bed, I jumped onto him, getting to work fast. Ripping off his shirt, I started licking his chest, and it wasn't as gross as I thought it would be. He moaned loudly and grabbed my ass, which is way finer than Max's, to try to control himself. This made this weird moaning sound escape my mouth, which was still on Dylan's chest, slowly sliding down to the unmentionable area. Sadly, his pants and undies were still on, and my entire outfit was still on me. Dylan, I whimpered, you're gonna have to take off my clothes eventually. This snapped him out of his stupor, and he started to undo the buttons on my shirt. Hey, Angel, Dylan said, is it okay if I scream Max's name instead of yours? I slapped him in response. That's hot, babe, he said, chuckling. How could he chuckle when he couldn't even get my shirt off? Loser. Finally, I just tore the shirt off myself, and I just got it over with taking my pants off, but I'll leave the undies for him. My Dora the Explorer undies? Or were they the Blue's Clues? Barney? Oh, they're the Backyardigans ones. Oh, Pablo the Penguin. Please don't be so difficult today. Dylan started groping my chest, and the small nipples of mine seemed to turn hard at his touch. Suddenly, his hand was in my pants, exploring my unmentionables. Luckily, I wasn't like Max and didn't have hair down there. Yet. And I only know this because Fang thought it a bunch while they were connecting, and he thought it tickled his little buddy. Hey, babe, it's about to get a little painful, so just hold on to my arm while I go exploring, okay? Dylan told me, and he started sticking his fingers into my area, but oh, it let me reassure you, it hurt like hell. So it then started to feel wonderful, and I felt bad Dylan wasn't feeling the same things. So I shoved him out of me and removed his pants and undies and squeezed his dick hard. He screamed loudly, but in a good way, which made me proud. Suddenly, I pictured me having a scream contest. Who could make Dylan or Fang scream louder? I'd so win. Angel baby, you know what would be real sexy? Dylan said, running his finger down my back. What? What? I questioned. If you'd fuck yourself for me? Question mark. It was a statement, but he said it like a question. I nodded, because I knew all about fucking myself. It gets lonely when Fang and Max are fucking each other, also Iggy and Ella, and Gazzy and Nud, and Total and Aquila, and then Dylan just stalking Max and Fang fucking each other. So I learned how to play with myself, even though she's 6. Really? Anyway. Playing with my clit, I watched Dylan stare in awe. Then I started groping my own breasts, and I actually made myself wetter. Dylan then started fucking himself too, and eventually we were ready. We got completely undressed, and then Dylan stuck his sexy man head into my very wet woman head. Again, like the fingers, it hurt at first, but then it was pleasurable, making us both moan and groan. We both climaxed at the same time, and we both screamed out each other's names. Amazing.
Dylan. Amazing. For so long I have been a female virgin. Yes, I did it with Dr. Gunther Hagen before, but that was only to test out my man parts. And now I was not long a virgin. In your face, Fang. Fang had always bragged about all the women he scored, and how every girl out there wanted him to do them. Which was very true, very true. Because when Angel and I creamed out each other's names, I actually screamed Max, and she actually screamed Fang. Which I don't blame her. I've seen Fang naked, and he is hot. Damn, I've seen Max Fang naked, but not Max. Sad. Angel, I asked, breathing hard.
Yes,
she responded. Want to go spy on Max and Fang while they're still naked?
Hell yeah,
she said, and we got dressed and went outside to go stalk Max and Fang. Only if we had known they had actually been watching us. Plot twist, plot twist, plot twist. Oh my god, that was so cool. Those were such good chapters. Oh my god.
oh god, ow, my elbow hurts from all that sarcasm.
Anyway, so I just want to say one thing about the Dylan part. He said, in your face, Fang. Fang has always bragged about all the women he scored. I'd like to just say that you scored a 6-year-old girl, Dylan. You have nothing to be proud of. This author has nothing to be proud of. They write like shit. And that was highly inappropriate. I mean, I don't care. But it was very much so highly inappropriate. Dylan's like 16, 17, and she's like 4, 6. So, it's weird. Anyway. So, I wonder what the comments say. Oh, someone actually posted, that's fucking disgusting. Holy shit, she's 6. What the fuck? That's some illegal shit. Oh my god, why? Just why? Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I'm done. Goodbye. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I'll go fuck myself. But yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Woo.